Authenticity is not something we feel. It's something we read between the cracks. In a world of analog beginnings, every medium carried its own scars, grain in film emulsions, warping on vinyl records, and even the shaky lines of hand-drawn animation were mistaken for proof that someone had been there. These flaws weren't accidents, they were signals. Audiences interpreted them as evidence of human presence, a kind of fingerprint left behind by time itself. Walter Ung suggests we've always relied on media to shape. We once believed that something was real because it looked like it had suffered through time. A photograph with visible scratches told us someone had been there, holding the camera. But in our digital present, authenticity is no longer a byproduct. It's an algorithmic feature. AI-generated voices add warmth to cold data. Stock photos simulate a natural light and skin blemishes because we trust those signs more than perfection. The illusion has become so sophisticated that it's no longer just about believing.
Early computers like ENIAC were not just machines, they were architectural statements of possibility, built with vacuum.
In a world where digital tools are so precise, we now long for imperfection, not as an accident, but as an aesthetic. This desire is no longer just about nostalgia. It's a calculated response to the sterile perfection of machines. Consider MIDI humanization plugins that deliberately introduce tempo waivers and velocity shifts into drum patterns in electronic music. These deviations aren't errors anymore. They're marketing for realness. What was once a flaw becomes a feature, sold as proof that something still trusts these visual cues. A grainy photo with soft focus makes a story feel more true, not less. We associate film grain and vignetting with the human hand. Someone holding a camera instead of one operating perfectly on its own. But today's algorithms are trained to simulate exactly those signs. They create the illusion that an image was taken by someone who was there. It's not about capturing truth anymore. It's about convincing our pattern, seeking brains, that something authentic has just occurred. The arms race of deception began with something simple, a machine trying to mimic human handwriting. Neural networks are now trained not just to forge signatures, but entire documents. Their loops and flourishes eerily precise. It's not random variation or creative flares. It's algorithmic mimicry honed to fool the eye. Cursive becomes the last gasp of analog identity, reduced to a pattern in code. But what starts as forgery soon finds itself repurposed for legitimate work. Government offices use it to automate forms. Full fact exposed and API'd. Generated protest video that had already begun spreading across social media platforms. The footage showed angry crowds and burning effigies, except none of it was real. The algorithm wasn't just copying the look of a riot. It learned how to simulate the chaos itself. Layering authentic, sounding chants with convincing crowd noise. These videos are not just fakes for fun. They're designed as weapons in an ideological arms race, where whoever controls perception shapes the future. Even in sound, we see this same pattern of fakery as fashion. AI-generated music is now using glitches not to expose its artificiality, but to sell it. The crackle and distortion are no longer accidents. They're features learned from decades of consumer behavior that equates imperfection with human warmth. But what happens when the glitch becomes aestheticized? When an algorithm knows we want something broken and offers us just enough chaos to feel real. The paradox is now complete, authentic.
Here, under one roof, is found the most modern equipment.
Neil Postman once warned that technology doesn't just solve problems, it rewrites our language to match its logic. He called this commandeering terminology. Today, we no longer define authenticity through lived experience, but by what an algorithm can simulate. The machine has become the judge of what feels real. We look at a stock photo with a weathered brick wall and feel genuine nostalgia without ever having seen one in person. The signal of human presence, the messy, the flawed, the unique, is now who predicted we'd confuse our tools for truth. In his voice, we can still feel the urgency of what was lost. Not just authenticity, but our ability to recognize it. Once that fades, everything else follows. The machine doesn't just copy human qualities. It redefines them by repetition and volume. 1,008-eyed. Generated tears won't make us believe in grief any more than 1,000 stock photos of sunsets will make the sky feel sacred again. We're training our senses to accept digital proxies as originals. The final irony is that we trust the machine more than what feels human. A video essay about authenticity could be written by one, and many of us would still watch it, believing in its insight. The illusion becomes reality, not through deception, but demand. We ask for warmth from AI, voices, intimacy from chatbots, vulnerability from deepfakes. Our desires shape the tools which in turn reshape our expectations. What was once a human quirk is now an algorithmic feature. Empathy on tap. Nostalgia by subscription.